So here's a quick video about doing exponential regression. It's the same as linear and quadratic, just a quick refresher. So using the example we showed you in class, we have the U.S. population from over the last 100 years, from 1990 or 1900 until just past the year 2000. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to Stat, Edit, L1, L2. Now remember, if you have something in there, you can go and press up and hit Clear, and then Enter, and that will delete the list. Now you have an option. You could put 1900 in there, or you could do 1900 would be considered year 0. And then now I'm just doing 10, 20, 30, 40, all the way up to 2000, and we even have 2003 that we can plug in there. So I'll just do that really quickly. So notice I took and I just went 0, 10, 20, 30, all the way up. And so 2000 is 100 years past 1900. And then 2003 would be 103 years past. So that's my L1. L2, then you're going to plug the population, which notice the title up here is it's in millions. So I'm just going to enter that for L1 and just make sure the values correspond. So 1900 is year 0. That matches with the 76.2. I'll pause the video and enter the rest. So now that I have those values in, you should always double check to make sure that you entered everything in correctly. So the next step then is to go back to Stat, and this time we want to go to Calc. And we're looking for exponential regression. So that's a little further down the line. You can see it's option 0. Hit Enter. Some of you may have this L1, L2. If you do not, just hit Enter again. And those of us, we actually taught you how to store it if you want. This is really helpful for answering questions on this. So I'm going to actually store this in the y equals. So I hit vars, y vars, and y1. I want to enter that into y1. So I just told my calculator to store it into y1. Remember, that's found under vars. And then go to calculate. And here's the exponential function. Notice they give me my initial amount. They give me the growth factor. And then you can use the equation. So I'm going to clear this one out. So I went to y equals, and notice it took that growth factor, and it took the initial amount and the growth factor, and it plugged it in. And then I could actually just use a table, and my goal is to figure out what is the population in 2050. Now notice it's 150 years past 1900. So you could scroll all the way down, or if you remember it, we got second table set. And I could just tell it to start the table at 150. I could even tell it to go up by tens if I wanted. If you do this, though, you should keep in mind you would have to change it back. So just be careful. So notice if I go by tens, then I can kind of see the population at all cases. Now you'll also notice that these populations here do not identically match what was given in the table. This is the real life data. This is the data that's made from the curve that we used for regression. So anyways, 150, what is the expected population in 2050? 150 years past 1900. My expected population of the U.S. would be 541 million people. All right, so quick review, what do we do to do regression? You hit Stat, Edit, enter in L1, L2, and then go back to Stat and go to Calc, and then we're going to scroll down until you see exponential regression, L1 and L2. If you would like to store it in Y1, you go vars, Y vars, enter, enter, and then you calculate. And there it is. All right, hope that helped. Have a great day.